In terms of a career as a non-exec director, I'm clearly biased, but I think it can be a fabulous career. Like many things, getting started is often the hardest bit.
I think the first thing is to start thinking about it, definitely a few years in advance, because it is a big transition. It is a very different role. It is also a very, very competitive area simply because the number of roles are far more limited.
In our executive careers, we have strong networks, but sometimes they might be quite narrow. They might be industry focused, for example, or sometimes profession focused, such as CFO. I think if you're part of a broader community, like Critical Eye or others, then it's a great opportunity to be building relationships with people from all kinds of backgrounds, many of whom will have already made that transition to non-exec director.
You certainly need to make sure you get board experience. And that just doesn't mean executive board, that means main board experience. So whatever you can do, whether on a charity or a public sector board, to make sure you sit on remuneration committees or nominations and governance committees, audit committees, all of these are really important board relevant experience.
The skills that you will be able to use as a non-executive are not necessarily the same ones as you use as an executive. So you make sure that your NED CV highlights those and brings them to fore.
Think really carefully about what it is you have to offer. And people often think about their skills and experiences in terms of the sectors that they worked in. Well, that's actually quite narrow. I would encourage people to think about it in terms of the capabilities.
You need to write down everything you believe or think or feel about an organisation and the operations of the board when you first arrive, because that will be your best perspective, quite probably, for the rest of your time.
It's a wonderful thing to do because it gives you a perspective about a different industry, because you're not going to do it in your own industry, that would create conflict. And that almost certainly will rebound to your benefit because you'll be seeing things from a different perspective. You're also going to be seeing it from the perspective of someone who is a non-exec director, and that could have an impact on the way you see your own role in your own individual business.